laid out. If you have the wrap-up or whatever planned on the 2nd, if you're going to want any kind of information, it's not going to be available on the 3rd probably, if you're depending on what comes of the 2nd meeting. I mean.
Okay, so you're suggesting I go to the next week?
Or the later in the week, right?
Do anything?
We're going to have, if we have 2 full sessions, I don't know if a study on the May 9th or the May 9th meeting to wrap it up at the end of that meeting. We have to schedule, right now we are planning on having a public hearing which has to be noticed for May 9th. We would push that back to May 16th. It has to be adopted by May 16th by charter.
That's going to push it tight. Yeah.
If you want to have something on the May 9th meeting and then the public hearing on the 16th.
You're going to be gone that whole week, Councilwoman Beltrame?
25th, yeah. And then
No, I mean the week of the...
one's baby, one's bridal.
I know.
I'm sorry.
know.
I have family commitments
Right.
this spring. I'm sorry.
Are you going the week of the 25th also?
The whole week, yeah.
Even on Monday?
You have budget on Monday.
We have. I know we have a session. I didn't choose when this baby was born.
We understand.
And I'm sorry about that. I'll watch it on the web.
But
I mean, if we think we can do it with 2,
I don't think so.
we could do it on the 9th if we couldn't get it done, and then we'd have to pass it on the 16th. I mean, we could do
the
that.
only thing is, we already,
No, we haven't noticed it.
we haven't noticed it yet, at the 9th?
Let's wait until after. Okay, wait.
Waiting for tonight? Okay. Maybe we should notice it for, can we notice it for both the 9th and the 16th? Or does it have to be one or the other? Mrs. Bartholomew?
We have to pick a date, but we typically schedule public hearings at 7:30. It
Right.
does not have to be at 7:30. You could schedule your public hearing later in the meeting. So it doesn't, you could change the time of the public hearing as well.
I just don't like the idea of having a discussion that night and then trying to finalize it. It's not going to work. Now, I think we're better off pushing it to the 16th, but then we have to pass it on the 16th.
So your 3rd meeting is the 6th?
No. The 9th will have another
Okay.
budget study in connection with council, a short meeting then that night.
Pass the budget on 16th.
And then the 16th will be the adoption of the budget. Okay? Sound good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do we want to consider having a budget study before the council meeting, like from 6 to 7:15, or we have to start the council meeting at 7:30, correct? Can we start the council meeting at 8:30 that night?
Council has currently got it scheduled at 7:30, but can change it to
Okay.
whatever time.
What about if we change it and have our study session from 6 to 8 and then start the regular council meeting at 8:30? That way we will have already, we'll be fresh, we have our discussions, and we'll do it before any of the other things come up and before public comment.
25th.
All right? You like that?
6 to 8 on the 25th.
Okay. Do you need a motion for that? Okay. I move that we have a third budget study session from 6 to 8 on May 9th and begin the regular city council meeting at 8:30 that night. Do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion on the motion? The vote, Mrs. Bartholomew?
Before the vote, can I ask who the second was?
Pardon?
The second?
Councilman Slater?
Councilmember McGinnis?
Yes.
Slater?
Yes.
Mayor Schilling?
Yes?
Councilmember Beltramini?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Howrlack?
Yes.
Kerwin?
Yes.
Motion passes. Okay, we have regular business here. Amendments to the Troy City Code. These are the things that the Assistant Chief Roberts talked about. Could we have a resolution to adopt Chapter 93 and
Madam Mayor?
Councilman Beltramini?
Resolved that the Troy City Council hereby adopts Chapter 93 Fire Prevention of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Troy as amended, as recommended by city management, a copy of which shall be attached to the original of the minutes of this meeting.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Beltramini, seconded by Councilwoman McGinnis, that we approve the resolution as printed and read. Discussion? The vote, Mrs. Bartholomew?
Councilmember Slater?
Yes.
Mayor Schilling?
Yes.
Councilmember Beltramini?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Howard.
Yes.
Kerwin?
Yes.
McGinnis?
Yes.
Motion passes. I note on the clock it's 11:55, so we need to suspend the rules to extend the meeting.
Support.
I move that we suspend the rules. Seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Kerwin, that we suspend the rules. Discussion? The vote, Mrs. Bartholomew?
Mayor Schilling?
Yes.
Councilmember Beltramini?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Howard.
Yes.
Kerwin?
Yes.
McGinnis?
Yes.
Slater?
Yes.
Motion passes. What time do you want to extend it to?
How about 12:30?
12:30?
Will that work?
Nobody has any big items?
Fine, second.
Yep.
Okay. Moved by Councilwoman Kerwin, that Mayor Pro Tem Kerwin, that we extend the meeting to 12:30 a.m. and seconded by Councilman Howard. Discussion? The vote, Mrs. Bartholomew?
Councilmember Beltramini?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Howard.
Yes.
Kerwin?
Yes.
McGinnis?
Yes.
Slater?
Yes.
Mayor Schilling?
Yes. Motion passes. Okay, that's done. Okay, request to sell City of Troy owned property, Rochester Road surplus parcel, Section 23, Sidwell 882023354048.
I'll move it, Madam Mayor. Whereas the City
Well,
Council may from
You don't
time...
have to read it, just,
Oh, go ahead. Because people should know, time to time determine that the sale of certain parcels will best serve the public interest, and whereas the City Council may determine the public interest will best be served without obtaining sealed bids for the sale of a remnant parcel, now therefore be it resolved that the Troy City Council hereby finds that the public interest will best be served without obtaining a sealed bid in accordance with Resolution 2007-01-028, Policy Governing Disposal Sales of Excess City-Owned Property, and approves the sale of the remnant parcel described in Attachment A, attached hereto, to Castlemark Homes, LLC, for $53,000, the appraised value as outlined in the offer to purchase with conditions plus closing costs, and be it further resolved that closing will take place when all conditions have been met, and be it further resolved that the mayor and city clerk are authorized to execute the agreement to purchase and the warranty deed on behalf of the city, and be it finally resolved that the city clerk is hereby directed to record said documents, including all attachments, at the Oakland County Register of Deeds, a copy of which shall be attached to and made a part of the original minutes of this meeting.
Second.
moved by Mayor Pro Tem Kerwin, seconded by Councilwoman McGinnis, that we approve the resolution as printed and read. Discussion?
Mayor,
Councilman Howard.
just to reaffirm my comment at the last council meeting, I believe that we should offer this for sale through an auction process with a minimum bid price of the appraised value. So I'll be voting against this resolution.
Further discussion? The vote, Mrs. Bartholomew?
Councilmember Fleming?
Yes.
Howard.
No.
Kerwin?
Yes.
McGinnis?
Yes.
Slater?
Yes.
Mayor Schilling?
Yes.
Councilmember Beltramini?
Yes.
Motion passes. I-6 is the 2011 Tri-Party Program.
Madam Mayor,
Councilwoman McGinnis?
be it hereby resolved that the Troy City Council hereby approves the cost participation agreement between the City of Troy and the Board of Road Commissioners for Oakland County for the 2011 Tri-Party Program at an estimated cost to the City of Troy of $93,479, and that the mayor and city clerk are authorized to execute the agreement, a copy of which shall be attached to the original minutes of this meeting.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman McGinnis, seconded by Councilman Howard, that we approve the resolution as printed and read. Discussion? The vote, Mrs. Bartholomew?
Councilmember Howerlag,
Yes.
Kerwin,
Yes.
McGinnis,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
Mayor Schilling,
Yes.
Councilmember Beltramini,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Motion passes. What?
That's next.
Next.
We have I-7, request from Woodbury Wine LLC for a new wholesale liquor license, A and B. Do we have a resolution?
Mayor,
Councilman Slater,
I'll move the resolution as printed.
A and B?
Mayor,
Yes.
you must suspend your rules prior to voting on this to amend your agenda to incorporate
Okay.
I-7.
Move to suspend the rules to add this item to the agenda.
Support.
Moved by the chair, seconded by Councilman Fleming, that we suspend the rules to add an item to the agenda. Discussion? The vote, Mrs. Bartholomew?
Madam Mayor, I know that we are, it's after midnight, but since other people may not have seen what we're voting on, I think it would be a good idea to at least read the resolution.
We will, but first we're suspending
Okay.
the rules. Yes, go ahead.
Councilmember Kerwin,
Yes.
McGinnis,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
Mayor Schilling,
Yes.
Councilmember Beltramini,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Howerlag,
Yes.
Okay, now if you want to read the resolutions. Who moved it? Councilman Slater, you want to
think
read
I
it?
did.
A and B?
Resolved that Troy City Council hereby considers for approval the request from Woodbury Wine LLC for a new wholesale license to be located at 1307 East Maple, Suite B, Troy, Michigan 48083, Oakland County, MLCC registration number 607285, and hereby authorizes the mayor and city clerk to execute the document, a copy of which shall be attached to the original minutes of this meeting, yes or no. B, agreement. Whereas the Troy City Council deems it necessary to enter into agreements with applicants for liquor licenses for the purpose of providing civil remedies to the City of Troy in the event licensees fail to adhere to Troy codes and ordinances. Therefore, be it resolved that Troy City Council hereby approves an agreement with Woodbury Wine LLC for a new wholesale license to be located at 1307 East Maple, Suite B, Troy, Michigan, 48083, Oakland County, MLCC registration number 607285, and hereby authorizes the mayor and city clerk to execute the document, a copy of which shall be attached to the original minutes of this meeting, yes or no.
Who was the
Support.
first? Moved by Councilman Slater, seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Kerwin, that we approve resolutions A and B as printed and read. Discussion? The vote, Mrs. Bartholomew?
Councilmember McGinnis,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
Mayor Schilling,
Yes.
Councilmember Beltramini,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Howerlag,
Yes.
Kerwin,
Yes.
Motion passes. Next, we go to the consent agenda. Anybody want any items exempted? Hearing none, could we have a resolution for the consent agenda?
Madam Mayor,
Councilman Beltrame?
resolved that the Troy City Council hereby approves all items on the consent agenda as presented with the exception, no exceptions.
Support.
Moved by Councilman Beltrame, seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Kerwin, that we approve all the items on the consent agenda with this vote. Discussion? Vote, Mrs. Bartholomew?
Councilmember Slater,
Yes.
Mayor Schilling,
Yes.
Councilmember Beltramini,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Howerlag,
Yes.
Kerwin,
Yes.
McGinnis,
Yes.
Motion passes. Next, we go to, okay, let me see. Council referrals.
Mayor?
Councilman Howerlag?
Yeah, just before we get to that, on the K1A, can we just clarify that's going to be changed to May 16th?
Right,
Okay.
it is.
And it's going to be at 6 o'clock.
Council referrals?
Madam Mayor, I did put forward
Mayor
a
Pro Tem Kerwin?
L1 council referral for the evaluation of the city manager and/or city attorney, and I do have a resolution on that. I'm hoping we could schedule a special meeting just prior to the budget session on the 25th, April 25th, our next meeting. A budget session is scheduled to start at what time? Oh, you're shaking your head, you won't be here?
And I can't come early on the 25th.
Neither can I.
Okay,
Sorry.
let's keep going.
Do it on the 2nd.
How about on the 2nd?
No, that's budget study.
I would
Do it
go,
early.
or I could schedule during the week if that's the pleasure of the council.
Well, that week, remember, Councilwoman Beltrame is going to be gone?
No,
No, absolutely
Yes.
not.
not all week.
Can we do it after the budget?
Well, we
I think it should get, I agree with you, Councilman Fleming. I think it should be after the budget.
After budget on the
I know
2nd?
there's some things we want to talk about, but I still don't think it's that urgent that we have to do it before the budget.
What I propose is get the budget all done, not after a budget meeting, but when the budget's behind us, we got the budget, so let's focus on the
Right.
budget, and then say, we need to do it, but after the budget's done.
You know, I'm not
That's my
inclined to do that. You can vote it down, but I'm inclined to go ahead and have one. I think there are a lot of issues up in the air that really need to be dealt with now. I'd be even happy, we're at 12:06, but even for the next 24 minutes, I'd be happy to do one. Anyone? No. Okay, I'll resolve that Troy City Council hereby schedules a special meeting immediately following the budget session on Monday, May 2nd at 500 West Big Beaver for the purpose of going into closed session to conduct a city manager periodic evaluation.
Second.
Moved by Mayor Pro Tem Kerwin, seconded by Councilwoman Beltramini. Discussion?
Mayor?
Councilman Howard?
I'm sorry, I might not have heard it down here. What was the time of this meeting?
Immediately following the budget session on May 2nd.
Question, when did we not just have one of these in, I think, September?
We did.
We usually do the reviews in for each fiscal year. Last year got away from us, and actually it was August, or I think it was August, but it's
Was September.
usually June kind of thing. We try to shoot for June, but it kind of got away from us. And that's what I thought we were going to do this year. I thought we were going to do it in June, so
Let's see where it goes.
we'll be done with budget in mid-May, so it'll go to end of May or beginning of June.
Okay.
Did you have a second for your May 2nd?
I did.
Oh, yes, that's right, Councilman Beltrame. Any further discussion? The vote for the second, Mrs. Bartholomew?
Mayor Schilling,
No?
Councilmember Beltramini,
Yes.
Fleming,
No.
Howard,
No.
Kerwin,
Yes.
McGinnis,
Yes.
Slater,
No.
Motion fails. You want to pick a date later in the,
I'm not
in
inclined
May
to
or
do
in
so
June?
tonight.
Okay, right. It'll come back, because it's part of our regular schedule anyway, so,
We've had a lot
Okay.
going on.
I know. And it's 12:09, we're all like brain dead here. Okay, council comments. Yes, Councilman Beltrame?
Troy Youth Assistance still has raffle tickets available. You can contact them. They're $50 with a chance to win $25,000 for an education savings plan, or you can take 40% in cash. It's a 50-50 raffle to make up the funding they're losing from the city next year. Tickets can be purchased from any board member or at the TYA office. Questions can be answered at troyyouthassistance.org.
Okay, any other council comments? No closed session is requested. Everybody got the information, but I don't think anybody needs to meet. Okay. Anything else? I should tell you that I did ask that we do recognition for the Planning Commission and staff for the zoning ordinance and the master plan, and give them certificates of recognition for that work. And at the same time, we will also include a recognition for Mark Vleck for being on the Planning Commission for, I think, over 10 years. I don't know his exact number of years, but yeah. So I have requested those. I just wanted council to know. That'll come up later in May. All right, if there's no other items, we'll stand adjourned.